Taking care of your natural hair doesn't have to be expensive. Today, I'm going to show you guys the brands and products I've used and also tools that I would recommend while I was in college and on a budget that I feel like you can also utilize as well. This video is going to be in two parts and I will have them timestamped down below with the details. But first off, we're going to start off with products, and then next we're going to go with tools that I would recommend to help keep your hair healthy and happy. The first product we're going to recommend is going to be aloe vera juice. And it's not something that's going to actually be in any hair aisle. You're actually going to take a few trips down to the digestion or health section of your local grocery store. So I'm going to insert a picture of the exact brand that I utilize. And essentially it was $8 for a whole gallon of hair products. And what I would do, I would put it in a spray bottle similar to this. And if you don't know, this is I think they're called like fine mist. It's gonna like spray exactly like that. And I have low porosity, so it helps me just slowly put in the moisture into my hair. And I would refill this and use it maybe once every other day or every third day, depending on how the weather is, if it's gonna dry out my hair a lot faster. And I also like to use it mainly at nighttime so that my hair gets all of the benefits. Aloe vera juice is also just a really good humectant, and it's pretty healthy for the scalp as well. And if you don't know about humectants, they help draw moisture into your hair strands and keeping it a lot softer throughout the day and less prone to breakage. Next up for products and brands is going to be the TGIN, or the Thank God It's Natural hair products. My favorite go-to between me and my other friends is definitely going to be their Buttercream Daily Moisture. And I forgot how much this was, but again, just like with As I Am, a little does go a long way. And one of my favorite things about TGIN is that it also has water as a first ingredient, amongst other things like other hair butters and hair oils, so that it's actually moisturizing your hair and helping it seal into the hair strands so that your hair stays moisturized for a lot longer. I would recommend mainly just their hair butters with TGIN, only because I haven't gotten a chance to use their other stuff because I still have like other wash day products. Next on the list is going to actually involve one of my favorite inexpensive hair brands, and that is going to be As I Am. My favorite type of product from As I Am is actually going to be their water leave-ins. They have, I think, 4 different types. They have the black castor oil, rosemary, which is primary for your scalp. They also have the rice water, which if you are protein sensitive, like apparently a lot of low porosity hair types are, this is still very safe to use. And the last leave-in water they have, I think, is amla water. So you have plenty of options, so you don't have to feel bored with just having one simple one. And they also have things like a leave-in conditioner, hair mask, hair butters, and they also have hair wax too. So if you're wanting to experiment with dyeing your hair but without fully dyeing your hair, go ahead and pick one of those up. I have a lot of hair as well, so that little jar, even though it may look small, a little does go a long way. Last but not least is going to be the Aussie Moist brand. I have the sulfate shampoo right here, which right now kind of is a big no-no in the natural hair community, but I still keep it on deck in case I need like a very good clarifying day, whether it would have been from using Blue Magic grease or I just haven't gotten to washing my hair. This will get out everything. In addition to that, I always loved using the Aussie Moist conditioner. It's not necessarily a leave-in, it's just a straight conditioner. And it would be a big old bottle, and I would use it both for detangling, I would use it for deep conditioning. It has silicone, so it gives you a lot of great slip. This isn't necessarily geared towards natural hair, I don't think, but it's still just very nice to use if you're looking for a good clarifying shampoo, and if you're also looking for a 2-in-1 deep conditioner and detangler. Next, we're going to be moving on to different types of tools that I absolutely needed while in college, and also it's going to help get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of deep conditioning and hair health, and it's going to be the very famous Hothead Deep Conditioner. If you aren't familiar with this product, I forgot what it's filled with. It's some type of microwave safe beads, and it's in a type of cloth material on the inside. And what I would do is I would put this in my microwave, and for about like a minute and a half, I would have it microwave this way. And then when I'm microwaving it again, flip it the other way. And once you do that, this thing gets pretty warm. And so what you'll do is when you're deep conditioning, if you don't have an over the head dryer, or if you have low porosity hair and you're trying to help your hair get as much moisture as possible on wash day, you would just put this cap on and let it stay on for at least 15 minutes. Usually I'll do some little bit of cleaning, or I may just look at my calendar for the day, plan some scheduling for homework and assignments. And after you're done, you'll take this off and your hair will feel so soft because there's actually warmth onto your hair, and it's actually helping your hair penetrate the products that you just put in. Speaking of deep conditioning, I'm going to lead into the second type of product that you're going to absolutely be wanting to have while you're in college or while you're trying to save a budget. And it's going to be simply a grocery bag. Yes, it may be a little old school, but you know, it's a little bit of reduce, reuse, recycling. Keep the grocery bags that you get and simply put it onto your head after you use your conditioner. And you can actually use this instead of getting one of those like disposable ones that you're going to be buying and it kind of like gives like an annoying scratch on your head. Use this instead. It can tie around the perimeter of your head, so you don't have to worry about it being too big, too small. And then you can actually just put on the deep conditioning cap that I just talked about. Last but not least is going to actually be a very underrated tool to use to save money while you're taking care of your natural hair, and that's actually going to be your hands. And the way you're going to do that is finger detangling. Finger detangling is just simply going in through your hair and parting the strands, so that way you're not pulling at them with a comb. You can actually feel for the tangles that are in your hair instead of just snapping them away and causing more breakage than necessary. And so for an example, what I would do if I'm detangling this section here, I like to just start separating from where it's the most easiest. And also you could be using the Aussie Moist conditioner while you're doing so to help it give more slip. And then I love just making sure that there weren't any knots forming to cause matting in the hair. And I would specifically do this while in the shower. And I would make sure I focus at the roots of my hair and just separating the hair slowly like this. And it may be difficult in the beginning if you're not used to doing it. I would recommend going into a weekly wash day routine to help, you know, prevent your hair from locking up as much or getting tangles as much, so that way it can go by a lot faster. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to also add your own product recommendations. I know there are so many more natural hair products now than there was in the beginning of the natural hair movement, and I'm so grateful that we are now living in a time where we have accessible hair products for type 4 girlies. Feel free to follow me on any of my social medias. I more actively post on my TikTok, but I also post some picture inspirations on my Instagram as well. If you want to follow me, it's all going to be under the Sophia Elise. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.